going to the bathroom. But he'll be back here soon enough. It is good to see you all here at 2:30 Bronycon Sunday. How's the con been for everyone? Awesome, good. Any people who've been here like 5 years in a row? Wow, there they are. Well, who is a first timer? Hey, welcome. Welcome to the con. Well, having a good time? I'm going to ask the question over and over. But, what's that? Awesome, dude, excellent. Any cool stories to tell? I'm sorry. Nice, cool. Any other stories? What's up? Christian was here? What? No kidding. Wow. Very cool. How about you?
I played in concerts.
Nice. How about you behind you? You met Dr. Wolf? Yeah. Awesome. He's a cool guy. How about you? What this week? Very neat. How about you? Oh, hey! Oh, awesome. Awesome. Best character. In my opinion, humble opinion. How about you? Very cool. Mr. Just a Cat. Yeah. How was the concert? Yeah. I missed Alex.
You were asleep.
I was getting ready for the concert, but then I laid down and I woke up at 8 a.m. and I'm like, I think I missed it. Just slightly, ever so slightly. Oh no. I got water. Ooh, ice cold water? Nope.
That stuff costs $1. I don't
lukewarm water?
Any money left.
So yeah, we were actually laughing last night because Saber at around dinner time was going on about how excited he was. He's like, guys, we're gonna have such a good night. We should stay up till like 3 a.m.
Big plans, watch the episode, just hang out, go down memory lane, watch some old pony YouTube videos. Nah, I feel like
Never made it
the
out.
old man I am.
We're just gonna drop some stuff off in the room. Never made it back. Never made it back. Well, how are you all doing? So this is kind of cool. I think this is the first time we're doing the second time we're doing a podcast now.
Yeah.
At least second.
At least second or third? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Because we've done it like so many conventions.
Yeah. So first off, thank you all for joining us here. This is going to be kind of just a fun panel. Essentially, we got kind of like two podcasts up here intermixed.
Yeah.
We have the Semi-Perfect podcast. Anyone that watches that out there? Any of our regulars?
Very cool.
Thank you guys for always tuning in and joining us on. We do those on Wednesday nights, and they are every other Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Or 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. Don't forget where you are.
You're right.
We also do the podcast hosted by Paleo.
Yeah.
The POS podcast.
Yeah, a live podcast on YouTube called POS Podcast. And then we do that every other Monday nights at like 9 p.m. Eastern.
And the two podcasts are offset from each other, so
Yeah,
you get
no,
one.
they might be on the same week, like after this, because like at Bronycon, like we're probably gonna have it.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have it tomorrow because we're still gonna be here. So
I'm gonna sue you.
Oh,
still have it next week.
no. I don't want to single this guy out, but I just want to say I really admire cosplay. The knight in shining armor. Dude, that's awesome. That's excellent. Get ready for Game of Thrones tonight.
You're gonna fight the mountain.
Ooh.
I would not mind wearing that as I walk around the harbor.
Yes?
That's a little extra safe.
Did you fall in the harbor?
Yeah.
This is a barrel.
Go swimming. So yeah, essentially what we do really is with the podcast we talk about entertainment, movies, just a bunch of random stuff. Semi-Perfect, we also have a bit of a focus on My Little Pony. We'll typically talk about the new episode that came out, conventions coming out. You guys probably talk about like when you go to conventions with US.
Yeah.
But
we mainly talk about like movies and entertainment and stuff.
yeah, so it's
There's an overlap where both podcasts love to talk about animation in general. That's a big one.
yeah, we like animation. Do you guys like animation?
Take it or leave it.
That's a good thing.
So a big part of this podcast is Q&A. We just want to talk to you guys. We just want to see what you all have to say. don't be shy. This is one of those more, it's Sunday afternoon, let's all just chill out, have fun, shoot the breeze.
Just like our last panel, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys want to just hop right into it?
Yeah, so what we'll do is, I think we're gonna have a line. See, right here with the microphone, and we'll have a line there. And again, this could be any question for any of us about just about anything. We do have kids in the audience, so always
Take that into consideration.
or at least PG-13.
This is a Christian panel.
Yes, it is Sunday.
Oh yeah, should be like, I guess we'll concern it. Like I'm Paleosteno, ACRacebest, Saberspark, and Hirosashi in there, who's on my podcast, the US podcast. And sometimes he's on the Semi-Perfect podcast.
He's a good friend of ours.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I'm the only one not on the POS podcast up here.
Yeah.
Keep it that way.
You're on it like every so often.
Mhm.
Like, yeah.
When you're like, okay, I guess we'll tolerate him.
The backup. All right, and we'll answer.
I see our first question is on its way.
Yeah! Woo!
Yeah, you could go right over to this person. So you're gonna start the trend.
Is it possible for us to move the line like actually to this row?
Yeah,
Or
so
is that a
people-
problem?
Yeah.
Is it cool?
Can we put it like in the back corner?
Yeah, let's go outside. The escalator.
In the other panel room?
Just yell it out.
It's a power play.
That'd be so weird.
So this is a really simple question I had for Saber.
Yes.
Did you pass out after you went to go clean all the shaving cream off your face? Is that right?
I didn't pass out. It was weird because
He was actually screaming the whole time.
So the toothpaste was super like spicy in my face. It was burning. So I went to the bathroom behind the stage. I started cleaning it, and the lipstick's red. So to me, in the sink, is all this red's pouring down. So like it's like I'm bleeding, and I'm like, oh. But it was fine. Just had to wash it off.
How many of you were at the Who's line? Saber is a very good sport.
Thank you.
It's helping hands. I ended up with some stuff on me as well, and what was interesting about it was some guy walked up and was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." You know, I just got some stuff on me. He's like, "Your neck's bleeding," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I
that
go,
was a kiss.
thanks for that. And I go into the bathroom, and it looks like a red streak down my neck. And I'm like, "Oh, that looks really bad." Yeah, so I saw the concern.
Yeah.
I can still smell the shaving cream.
Were you guys prepped for all that like shaving cream and toothpaste and makeup at Who's Line anyway?
So the way there are some games where we know the content going in, but not the contacts. It's all we have no clue. Like last night when we did the Who's Line game, we read the cards off, and the way it worked with like the Apple parents, we had no idea. That was just chance, and we were like, whoa, what are the odds of that lining up? But for the stuff in the bag, my girlfriend helped me buy that stuff. And because we were in a hurry, I went by Kroger and bought some of the stuff. I'm like, put it in the bag, and we'll see what we come up with. And because we never know, because Gabe had no idea. I had no idea what he was going to do with his hands.
Yeah, so
He had-
essentially, like for that specific game was one of the few that Saber, I think you were the only one who knew
Yeah,
what was coming.
because it was just the last minute. We're like, let's do helping hand. Let's do it. Let's go for it.
Yeah, and we obviously need to get the props that line up for whatever we're doing. So, but yeah, other than that, we have a good group of friends, including Haley and Hero, and my girlfriend helps out setting up all the games, and also shout out to Pam and Matt. So they set up all the Who's Line games, and then we get thrown into the fire. So we don't know what's coming, and I prefer it that way because I think I'd always feel like if I knew, I just wouldn't know, but it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, it's a game right, basically. We knew the context. Yeah.
That last time was our first time ever doing the hoedown song.
Where's the dun 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 dun, and we all sing our own little ditty.
It went way better than I thought it should have. I'm like,
We're not saying it was good, but at least we rhymed, so it
we made it to
functioned.
the end.
Yeah, and we did. And I was like, wow, we did that.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we're not professionals by any means. We're just like, let's just get up there and try our best and pretend we're.
Professional idiots.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Oh. No, did not expect to get this far at all. No, thank you. No, it's humbling, I'll tell you.
Never thought you'd make it actually to Baltimore.
It was a 5-hour trip of death. Terrible driving. Yeah. Dude, it's funny because like you were saying, when you all were driving, 30 30 minutes to Baltimore, we're almost there. And then there's a line of traffic just appears.
Yeah, it's like we were like 30 miles away. Is it 2 hours?
2 hours. Yeah, I heard that Baltimore traffic and DC traffic is like some of the worst in the country. Yeah, like LA is like our traffic's the worst. And it's really bad.
Atlanta's still the worst.
What's that?
Atlanta's still the worst.
I was from Atlanta for a while. It's pretty bad as well because we're always constructing something.
Anyone want to try the 405 during rush hour? Join me.
See, you LA people are the interstate, the blank,
I'm not bragging. I hate the freeway.
the freeway. What's up?
This is for AC.
Hey.
Do you remember a few panels ago, I think you were talking about how you used to like to look in the bathroom mirrors?
It's been 84 years since that. Yeah.
Have you seen the ones that are around here in the hallways? There's like two big massive ones, and they go on for like a good 50. You should check those out.
I'm gonna be entertained for
Oh,
like
yeah.
4 hours. Guys, what's this?
I like to pretend like I'm like a Star Wars clone trooper, like marching.
That is the first time I've ever heard anyone hype up bathroom mirrors.
You're easily entertained.
There's a song called "There's a Mirror in the Bathroom."
Baby.
It's not a Justin Bieber song.
Hi. This is for all of you. What would you say is the single most fun time any of you have had while recording your respective podcasts?
I like the time when we were talking about like triple threat pizza.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were like there was this advertisement for Pizza Hut where it had like a triple treat pizza.
The
It had,
boxes were stacked.
Yeah, it had like cheese breadsticks, like a pepperoni pizza, and then like a dessert pizza. And it said like triple treat, but we misread it and thought it said like triple threat pizza.
It like deploys out. That was fun because we take pizza very seriously on the US podcast. Like we do, we really do. It's insane. Like, because one of our friends is a New Yorker, and are there any New Yorkers in the audience? You guys and your pizza, like it is like you guys are like, no, that's not pizza. Come to New York, you'll have some pizza. And then somebody from Chicago is like, excuse me, I like to debate that. The bagels from New York, from Long Island.
I
Okay.
actually just had one of those. My coworker just went and got some Long Island bagels. No joke, they are pretty legit.
I was told that up north the air is different, which makes the bread taste better. Is that a thing? Like I was told that by my girlfriend's like mom, and I'm like from Georgia. I'm like, yeah, we've got beaches. Not really, actually. What's that? Really? Yeah. If the bread tastes better, I'll think this is a good sandwich. Thank you.
So for Saber,
Yes.
I was wondering what your process is for your What Ruined and other videos.
Sure.
How do you decide what to do before starting production?
Sure.
Like, what's your process leading to production?
I'm telling if he's stupid or not.
That's actually true. How many of you guys watch my YouTube content? All right, thank you. I really appreciate that. So for those who don't, I do cartoon analysis, animation analysis, sometimes media analysis, where I just pick a topic and I'm like, let's talk about it. A big part of the process is whatever piques my curiosity, whether it's Cartoon Network, whether it's Disney, and then I go to my friends and I talk to them about it. Like all these guys up here are like my filter. Where I'm like, what do y'all think? Do you think it's a good topic to go over? And they're like, yeah, this is pretty cool. Like I present them some information, I research, and they go, oh, that's cool. Then I go for it. And then I write it, I proofread it, I run by them again, I record it, I get that recording chopped up and edited, and then I put it with some visuals on Sony Vegas timeline, and then I upload it, it gets rejected for copyright, and then I edit it some again, more, and I re-upload it, and then hopefully by then it's ready to go. So that's my process. And also, like, the biggest part of it is, for anyone who's looking to do content, like, find something that really gets you excited. Like, it could be something, like, completely dumb. But you might think it's dumb to other people. But I'd say passion's contagious. Like, there's times where I'm like, wow, like, I didn't realize, like, my friend Matt, Matt loves trains. I love hearing him talk about trains because it's such passion. And it gets contagious, it gets me invested.
Which Matt?
Both Matts are.
I was gonna say it must be a Matt then.
It is. They love trains. They know it at the back of their hand. And I'm like, this is fascinating to me. Yeah, trains. Yeah, kites. They I know that's fair.
I like Zootopia.
I know. We all know. You really turned that into a meme in a way. You
I
meme
didn't
that
try it. It's not,
You did it.
It's not for the vine. It's
for life.
It's for life.
You want to name your daughter Judy?
Or son.
Or son, yeah. Yes. Hey!
Question for you, Saber.
Yes.
So now that you've moved on to more analysis-based stuff on a more like professional level, what's your opinion on a lot of your older videos that don't, the older quality ones? Like, do you have something you're more proud of in those areas, or are you more kind of like ashamed of some of the silliness?
First of all, you're a professional.
I'm not. Thank you. No, I try to be. I appreciate it. So
Let's
I
not get his ego going.
by the way, so like I have close to like 330,000 subscribers, which is like I'm like, whoa, wow. If I could do it, anyone can do it. Like it's really just about like being in the right place at the right time and then trying to maximize your time because it is very luck-based. That being said, Milo content was Milo Pony. It's my springboard into it all. Like Milo Pony fandom was huge to my life. I wouldn't have met my friends. I wouldn't have my current career. I wouldn't have met my girlfriend. So it was very important to this stuff. And that old content, like I leave some of the videos up, like Battle of the Brony, the documentary, and some of the goofy. What's that? Oh, thank you. When I think what dummy I am, when I was writing it, I saw the ballad of the Brony at first.
Ballad of the Brony?
And I was like, wait a second, it's wrong. I'm in college at this time, so it's really embarrassing. But, so a lot of my old videos I'm taking down, because I have a bad habit of like, I'm super ADD, so I'm like, no, yes, no, yes, no. And I'll erase it, and I'm like, darn it, why did I do that? For nostalgia, I miss it now. He keeps everything, and I appreciate that. He's great at documenting things in the vlogs, because it's one of his things he's great at. But my old videos, for the ones that are still there, I'm very proud of them. I will never get rid of the big ones because they helped me to get there. And for aspiring content creators, I think it's important for them to know that. No one just starts as, like Han Solo for Harrison Ford. He was a carpenter, and he had to work his way up there, and then boom, there's your big role. And that's how you find out this works for me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna re-upload to another channel, just so my current people are like, wait a second, where did this come from? Not that I'm embarrassed, but it'd be kind of confusing for them with procedures forward. Yeah, for posterior. Is it posterior or posterior?
Posterior.
Posterior
For
is something
butts.
else.
For butt's sake.
For butt's sake.
See, IR is smart.
IR so smart.
IR is so smart, IR.
Technically, by definition, you are still a professional.
I
I
guess.
guess. Like, are there any professional YouTubers, or are they
Well,
just
YouTube in general is kind of like down on by the industry still, where it's like,
Yeah.
here's a bunch of kids trying to make it big, when in reality is like, yeah, these kids are stealing the job.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hey, gang. I was at AC's panel last night. And I was just wondering what
Kitchen.
what you thought when you found out that Chris Chandler was actually here at Bronycon.
Yeah, we just found out like right now.
Christian's an infamous person on the internet.
Is it bad that I'm like, who's that? I don't know who
Christian's an infamous.
What's the internet? What is this?
Obviously, he doesn't. But,
What did you guys think? Since you guys,
We just found out.
like there was a town we went to Equestria and Eagle Raptor was there. I was like, oh cool, Eagle Raptor's here, and Aaron was on stage talking about Game Grumps, and this is way back when this was John Trump. So yeah, I mean sometimes you get people who just show up and it's like, wow, okay, there you go.
we where was it Everfree? Where all some of the voice of Gladys?
Yeah, so funny story. Y'all know Gladys from Portal? It's a fun story. So I was in a room and there was an older lady who was like, hey, I need to be taken to this room. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And I walked with her. And she was super sweet and nice. And she's like, oh, I've done some conventions before. And I'm like, okay, well, here's your destination. Have a good day. And she's like, thank you. And then later that day, I saw her Twitter, somebody retweeted. And she was like, having fun at this convention. And I'm like, wait a second. That's Gladys. I was walking Gladys in the hallway without even knowing it. I'm like, if I knew, I would have done it then. Joking.
You're mean.
She's a voice on the new Pacific Rim 2 trailer.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
really
she
good.
was in the
There's a trailer?
There was a conflict with that where at first they're like, you can't do that, it's too close to Portal, and then I guess they got away with it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
You did it again, you spoke on it twice.
No
Stop touching
emergency.
things.
Right here. Hey, don't worry. It's guys.
Drop 3 things.
Hi.
What
What can I do for you?
So do you guys
Just scoot back up.
Sorry, I just wanted to know what your thoughts and opinions about the supposed movie that's coming out. It's called Dragon's Lair by Don Bluth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I hope it does get, because like what they did was they like did like an Indiegogo, but it's not for like an entire movie. It's sort of like for a pitch for a movie. And if that goes through, I really do hope somebody picks it up, because I want to see more like 2D animation in theaters. So like the LP movie coming out is like 2D animated. So
Movies are expensive. Like, no Kickstarter could ever fund a full movie. It's more like using a pitch where it's like, okay, we can put together something.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Last night we were eating dinner, and Noaki was sitting next to me, and every time I went to grab my drink, I kept hitting her menu away from her. So she's just like, I think I'm getting it. No,
Like 7 times.
it was fine.
Hi there. I'm looking into starting a podcast of my own relatively soon, but I'm still sort of figuring out what exactly I want to do, how exactly I want to do it. For someone who's just starting out, what are some considerations that they might want to consider? Like format, how it's done. Basically, you guys have been around. What would you advise you'd offer to someone just starting out? Things they need to think
I
about?
gave some advice to somebody about making your podcast earlier. I think it was like on Friday night. And one thing I said, I was like, maybe that came off wrong. And I said, like, don't try. I was like, no, I didn't.
Give up.
Yeah, I didn't mean it like that, but I mean, like, don't try so hard.
I'd say, are there any podcasts you're a fan of right now that you listen to? Okay. Well, I'm like a lot of people who I admire. You know, you kind of find what they do right and you try to recreate the recipe with your own little flair thrown into it. So, like finding software. Do you know the microphone?
I know about microphone stuff. Yeah, I know how to
So,
There go the Jetsons.
okay, so basically, find this like OBS.
Yeah.
Is it open
Yeah,
broadcasting?
open broadcasting software.
Yeah, download that. That's free. It's great. As far as like finding something to talk about, it's up to you.
Formats that you think or places I might want to think through things I want to consider when I'm putting together the final form.
Yeah.
One thing that we do on the POS podcast is that I find some topics to talk about. I find like about 10 different like news articles about entertainment, and then we talk about that during the podcast. And then afterwards we do like a Q&A with people on Twitter, and that's how it's like a structured ours.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, and just, it's always important, just like I used to be more of an audience person in podcasts back in the earlier years of the fandom, and like when these guys were in theirs and whatnot. I think it's really crucial to remember that when you're starting out, make sure that you choose a time and day that you can stick with. You do not want to be moving it around.
Right, unless you're doing like a pre-recorded.
Yeah, if it's not live, then this isn't so crucial, but if you're looking for a live audience, it's definitely something. And plus, I always think it's useful and maybe adds to the enjoyment if you can get your audience involved.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thank you. Good luck.
Is there anyone here who hasn't slept all weekend?
God bless you. God bless.
You're making me more tired. You got that.
Hey.
Basic question for Saberspark.
Hey.
Knowing how big you are, Samurai Jack, I'm curious to know your thoughts on season 5, and it's kind of controversial ending.
Yes, I won't spoil anything, but for those, Samurai Jack's a cartoon on Cartoon Network, made by Kid Cudi. It ended back in like the early 2000s. He came back recently through Adult Swim and finished the show, so it's completed now. And its ending, like he said, had some controversy. Nothing like graphic, but just
just the way that it ended.
Just the way that it ended, and then folks were like, well, some folks were like, okay, I'm cool with it.
People weren't really expecting it.
I mean, personally, I didn't really care for it. I was like, really?
I think everybody's gonna have their own like headcanon.
I think, that kind of controversy makes the show stick with you. Because like people are discussing it, we're talking about it right now. So I mean, Gandhi knew what he was doing when he had it in that way. I mean, and who's to say they can't revisit it in the future? So.
At least it didn't end on another cliffhanger.
Yeah, or at least it wasn't Powerpuff Girls 2016.
Oh,
Yeah, that's stunning. But thank you for your question.
Have you not seen it? I'm imagining like it ending like The Sopranos or something.
Wait, Samurai Jack or Powerpuff Girls?
Samurai Jack. Well, both.
No, it ended like
No,
it had a conclusion, but it was just kind of like, really? Okay. What's up?
Okay, if you could make one change to the show, what would it be? And nothing's Utopia related.
Thank you. Thank you for, I was going to say not having such a
wait, MLP? Okay, yeah.
I would want more history episodes. I want to know more about Celestians. Because Royal Problems, I love that episode. I'm like, I love this kind of dynamic between the two. And that they aren't perfect. And let's dig more into that. Let's find out more about their parents, so they have them. Let's find out more about Equestria, what was going on before the ponies showed up. I want to see more about that.
So one thing I was thinking about is like I think they should have waited a little bit longer to give Twilight Wings.
Yeah.
Not like the third season. Like more just more seasons alone.
Yeah. Well, I think it's public knowledge at this point that wasn't that initially like they were playing the series.
Yeah, it was the original plan, and I think they were like, I'm not sure if we're gonna have like more seasons than 3.
Hasbro's like, but we like money, so good for us, we got more seasons.
Yeah, so I would change that and like have or like get it more towards the end, whatever the end is.
I think they kind of had their arms twisted on that one. Kind of spinning off of that. I actually really did like when Luna and Celestia were the only Alicorns. It made them seem a lot more powerful. I'm not really.
They're not so much though.
Right. I wouldn't mind seeing Luna and Celestia be more powerful more often because it just seems like what they should be, But
that fantasy aspect.
Right. Now there's 4 Alicorns, and it's like, is this special or not?
Oh yeah, the ball.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about the baby.
I wanted to see an episode where they take all the animals from the Everfree Forest and they all kind of congregate and it starts to turn it into like a Planet of the Apes movie.
Oh my god. Yes,
They
they
start
like
talking.
Planet of the Apes.
They can only be called any pony so many times until they revolt.
Don't kill animal. Save pony.
Okay, Sakura. She's leading them. It was weird to me in the pet episode how like there was like a giraffe pet, and I'm like, but there's a talking zebra. So what's going on here?
I thought it was like all like hoofed animals.
They got those claw hooves. What's sentient? What can think in these animals? Because the goats were with Iron Will. They're helping like as like. That's also cool. But yeah, but they were like communicating and helping like get the stage ready. But then there's another one on Fluttershy's farm, who's maybe a freeloader for all we know. He's like, I can't tell anyone, man. What's up? Hey guys.
AC Saber.
Yes.
Let me just say I've been following you guys since 2013, and every time Hoover's Line has gotten a lot better.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you. Appreciate
that. Genuinely mean that. Now, so that being said, I was just wondering if there was any kind of extracurricular preparation that you guys do to work on your on-stage chemistry to get better at working off of each other.
One thing that, like with our group that we have on there, I think one thing that works for us is that since we've been friends for so long at this point, we have a dynamic that we bounce off of each other. Like, sometimes I can get an idea of where Saber's going with something in the game, and 90% of the time I have no idea where he's going. But no, yeah, like chemistry is huge when you're doing improv. And granted, we've done improv games with people that we've only just met and did it, and even those ones have gone well. And it's fun. I guess the best thing really is just honestly just doing it. Just getting comfortable with the idea of thinking on the spot.
It's funny because by no means are we anything compared to Colin or Ryan from Horizon. Those guys are professionals and they're gods of their craft. But I watched a video of when they first met on stage and it just clicked. They had chemistry right there. And you could see it in their eyes, and then they honed it over the years to like perfection, where they knew how to set each other up for a joke, they know how to cover each other's strengths or weaknesses. Whereas Colin, he can't sing, so Ryan will throw him under the bus, and it's hilarious.
And I guess another thing that we do a lot is we'll just kind of, I don't want to say practice, essentially it is kind of practicing, but we'll just be like walking down the streets of Baltimore and then say we'll just start going bum, 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 and we'll just also start singing, and being dumb.
Thank you. Hey, thank you for following us and watching our content.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. It's my turn to sing, and I will be done. Asking some questions, getting some answers. Oh my goodness, I'm thinking my big answer. Sorry. I'm like, why did I say answer? Panthers. Panthers. No.
You had a moment yesterday. I couldn't believe that you had a slip during that.
Yeah.
And you caught yourself after you're like, God, I just said that.
My no one booed. Hey.
Hi guys. My question is for Race. Have you heard about the planned Zootopia Land coming to Disney World possibly in the future?
Yeah, I was probably one of the few people who was keeping tabs on D23, and just like I had so many hopes, and then they didn't give me those hopes. But it doesn't mean that it won't happen. But yeah, as far as I guess in Animal Kingdom, there's been some heavy rumors that they're thinking about putting a Zootopia Land.
That'd be a good place.
Animal Kingdom hasn't had a new land in a long time.
It's been neglected. I heard they have 4 lands already set up. For some. Have you been to Avatar Land yet? Really? What do you think of it?
It was great. I actually got to see a preview of it before it opened to the public on the Disney Vacation Club member.
Yes.
I was able to get in there before everyone else and ride the new rides a couple times, and fantastic.
Are the animatronics like scary? Like, whoa, that looks real.
It's so real. Like, I mean, the visuals, the screens, the 3D, everything is incredible.
The game really gets good ones.
Yeah.
They're gonna be overlords.
Yes. Now you have to wait a few hours to get on the rides, but
yeah.
No, 2 to 4 hours?
Well, the flight of Pandora's queue is set for a 6-hour wait.
What?
And it has been close to that.
For the record, I remember way back in like '95 when Indiana Jones opened in Disneyland, and like if you've ever been to Disneyland and walked through all the caves, those used to not be like now they have it structured to where people stop outside and then you walk through the cage. There used to be no gap. There used to be like the line was all the way outside, out the door, and then you would slowly make it through. And I remember as a kid, like you get immersed in that atmosphere, which is really cool. That's one thing I love about that ride. To answer your question though, I'm kind of on the fence. I'm hopeful. I would love for them to have the Zootopia Land. But man, am I going to lose a lot of money if I'm flying to Florida every Sunday to go see
Every Sunday?
Because, I mean, it's at least I get to see Judy and Megan.
Just ask Gabe to build you a flying machine.
Yeah, you'll just fly over there.
Thank you for your question.
Yeah, thank you.
Disney's really good at like immersing you before a ride. Like the lion's part of the ride, which makes it a lot more bearable.
Yeah, I still haven't been to Disney World since I was like 8.
It's good. I went there earlier this year and I enjoyed the heck out of it. It's fun. What's up? Sorry.
My question is for Saber, but you guys can chime in.
No.
What are your thoughts on the newer animated Teen Titans movies?
like
It's a direct video.
Jack's gonna be good one.
Yeah, because
Jack's like, what did you think?
Oh, there he is! Jack, have you seen the new Teen Titan Go? Would you like him?
They have this, they're going by the Justice League War style, where they're going by the new DC comics.
There we go.
Okay. So the Teen Titans new movie, it was pretty good. Like, it's interesting to see that they're trying to make it all mature and stuff like that. Because like you have Tara was in there, but then they had this weird little thing with her and Slade, and I was just like, okay, I get in the 2003 series, that's okay, but in this it was like, so where's Chris Hansen? It's just, yeah, it's all those sort of things. It was entertaining, but I wouldn't say it was that great. It was well animated though, like all the DC films are.
Cool, thank you, Jax.
Yeah.
Jax is a good friend of ours. Do you guys like Teen Titans Go? You like it? You know, the funny thing is, I got cable recently and I watched it. I'm like, it's not a bad show. Cartoon Network just like drives into
They oversaturated.
Yeah, they oversaturated. That's it.
Yeah.
Is that the one where they're like kids?
Yeah.
It's like more cartoon style.
Yeah, it's like TV.
Yeah.
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 So do we.
What's up?
Some question for all of you guys who have ever been on a React panel. What's it like being up there and hearing, yeah, this is a question for Gabe.
We never hear that.
He's popular. He's the popular.
No, I mean that's like for the React panels. The whole idea for those isn't necessarily like, all right, all we're gonna do is talk about the Reacts. Because I mean, to be fair, there's a lot where it's like, and this is the race, and like, cool. But I always hope that everybody can like get words and there you go.
That's the person that was on Saturday.
But no, like I love having those panels so people get the opportunity to be able to like, for example, talk with Gabe because I know that he's not on too many panels, so it's nice to be able to. What? No one likes him. No one likes him.
What's up, Will?
Yeah, so this is for Sigurd and Helio about the Brony Chronicles, because
Yes.
I'm kind of curious what your thoughts are on the reception that part 1 got versus part 2, because it's quite a difference.
It is quite a difference.
Yeah.
So we did a documentary in a way back in 2013.
Yeah, 2013 was the first part, and 2014 was the second part.
Yeah, we just talk about like the Bernie fandom. We interview people, just talk about who are Bernies, why do they do what they do. She's got an opinion or two about it as well. I see that smile. So part 1 got over 500,000 views. Part 2 got like I think 150,000.
Yeah.
So the way I see it is splitting videos up in general. Part 1, part 2, part 3. Typically, you see how it depreciates over time, just in general on YouTube. That's why nowadays a lot of folks just do one big upload.
Yeah.
And also you pay more that way too. So that being said, I also think that the Bernie stuff, like in like 2010, 11, 12, people were like, whoa, what is this stuff? And it kind of, now people are like, yeah, we've heard about it. Cool. And people aren't.
Yeah. There was like a race in 2012 to see like who could get their documentary out first.
That was
Yeah, John Delancey beat him to the punch. And there's a bunch of
We were at the premiere today.
Yes, we were. That was in Los Angeles. Yeah. You asked them a question.
Yeah.
I forget what it was.
No, Max was there.
Yeah, Max was there. Yeah, he really went for them.
Yeah.
But no, there's a view gap, and that's all right. It just, I guess this wasn't as interesting as a topic years later for people to be like, oh, click on that and see what it's about. We had fun making it. We're honored to have made it. Cool, thank you.
See, you're saying that like the whole Brony topic. It's like, by 2014, people like haven't heard of Steve Harvey hadn't heard of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can tell you from experience.
Why so late?
I was surprised I was surprised to get contacted in 2016. You a Brony?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was on the Steve Harvey show for Bernie's. That's fun.
Yeah. Is there anyone that saw that? The Steve Harvey bit?
Probably.
Yeah, it is. There's two clips. They uploaded like a shorter version of it, which is before Steve ever says anything, interestingly enough. And then, and really it's just the psychologist like kind of laying into me about like how I should think my life.
Yeah, a couple of them.
There's a couple. But yeah, and it was funny because like I was told beforehand that the psychologist are like, oh, the psychologist, he already knows what he's gonna say. And it's real good. He's already met Brony's, it's gonna be great. And so I got up there thinking I don't have to, I guess I'm not in a spot where I have to, worry about it. And we're just gonna chat, I guess. And he gets up there and he's like, yeah, it's great that you're watching a show that's really progressive towards women and all that, but I feel like this kind of like livelihood can be really repressive, and I think you're heading in that direction. You gotta be careful. And all I had told him up to this point in the show is I'm a big fan of My Little Pony. I make videos about the show, and I paint up demolition derby cars on occasion, with my girlfriend. And so he's like, yeah, it's getting really repressive. You gotta be careful. And I'm like, from what I told you, where does it get repressive? I called him out and didn't say anything after that.
Grace takes things personally. And this isn't, he won't get like upset, but he will definitely like throw it back in his face.
You're like, okay, well, to be fair, you say that this is getting repressive, so explain to me how. And he was like, so Steve.
Yeah. There's a narrative, and that's not a big surprise for television shows where they're trying to throw it in the bus. But from what you told us, you did a good job of winning Steve over.
So, okay, so yeah. I knew I had to reel Steve in to get him like on my side. And I kind of was like planning this out like, okay, this is the direction I want it to go. And it unfortunately got cut right where I broke Steve. But what I did was I was finding out about the Brony stuff. He asked a lot of really off-topic questions in regards to it. Like at one point, he was asking me about what movies I watch. And I kid you not when I say he asked me if I watch any movies with black people, which my answer was yes. It was such a, I was like, why is he asking me this? Like, are we talking about a pony show a second ago? And so I'm like, Steve, here, let me tell you something, Steve. Because he's just sitting there like, this makes no sense, this is weird. And I wasn't, by the way, I wasn't allowed to just acknowledge the fact that, yeah, it is weird, whatever. They told me not to say that. So I had to somehow tell him, we get it. Like, it's not like we're walking around going, yeah,
this is weird.
Yeah, so what I did was I'm like, Steve, after watching the first season, I got about halfway through it in about a day. And I'm telling him how many episodes it is. And you know what? I looked in the mirror and I said something to myself. He kind of leans forward, he's like, what'd you say? I'm like, when I found out I was Brony, I said, and I can't repeat what I said, because there are children in the audience. But I did say that on national television. I was so excited.
And Steve smiled at you.
And that's when Steve's like, I like you. You're messed up, but I like you. And he told me not to change, and then I wasn't surprised. He started giving like props to the whole idea of like, I love that you can go out in a demolition derby with a pink car, he called it Pretty Pony, and you do all this stuff, and yeah, he actually ended up getting a kick out of it. So I was like, got it.
You doubled down, you weren't budging. You were trying to accommodate him. And I think he respects that.
It's like, I'm not budging. I mean, heck, I love you guys. I love this show. It's like,
What was your least favorite Bronies React to record?
This is close to the same answer I gave for what's my favorite Bronies React to record. Is my favorite.
I don't know. For me, I'm his favorite. They all kind of just go for it and have fun.
I'll say it. Generation 3 was painful. Sorry. You were the one who, yeah, you did do that. I wanted a Halloween episode that would scare some people. Little did I know I was going to be mentally this car. Now, to be fair, it was Gen 3.5.
The bottom of the barrel.
Generation 3 I found tolerable for, it's like, okay, I get what this is for, but man, did things get bad.
Thank you. Hello again. We got 13 minutes left.
Hello again.
Hello.
Question. So this is for all of you. Answer how you please. What's one very positive experience you've all had, and what's one negative? Like, do you have a most or positive, most positive, most negative experience that any of you could clarify on?
From the fandom?
From the fandom in particular, yes.
No. The very first Bronycon.
Yeah, it's funny.
Well, not the very first, but like the one in 2012.
Yeah.
It's in comics.
We had Pale and I on a panel, and it was back when we were like brand new to everything.
Yeah.
And
we were like, oh, we're on a panel?
Yeah, whoa, we were representing something called Everfree Radio at the time.
Yeah, it was like a podcast panel with a bunch of different podcasts. Like, there are a lot of podcasts.
There's like 5 different podcasts up there.
Yeah.
And there was one person up there who won't name, who no longer participates in the fandom. Very obnoxious, very loud. She didn't put her feet up, like right. Let's say you're paleo. She's like, yeah. She like put her feet up like right there in front of his
like bare
feet. Yeah, bare feet. And it was pretty unruly. I mean, I won't harp on anybody for being excited, but that was really good. And in paleo, I've never seen him so upset. He was shaking, but he wasn't screaming. I have a lollipop. Have a lollipop. Calm down.
I remember I was in the audience. I remember I was in the audience and I was looking at you. I was like, I've never seen Helio so ready to kill an individual.
We had to tell.
Well, then he met me, so.
No, I had to tell him to put your feet down. And at that point, we kind of like, Hill and I are like, whatever. They're hogging the mic. We're just gonna chill here until it's done. That's probably mostly negative experience. What about the best though? I think just being on who's like here in the audience cheer us for us and put up with our shenanigans.
Yeah,
it's like wow, it's great.
Hearing laughter.
Yeah.
I love that.
And people come in and say, hey, thank you for brightening up my life. And it's like, oh, that validates our existence.
We love getting to meet as many of you guys as we can throughout these conventions. We try our hardest to be able to give you all like a minute of our time. I know sometimes we're walking in between panels, we're like, oh, follow us.
Yeah.
But we really do try to, spend a little bit of time with each of you because it means a lot to us to have an audience.
Yeah.
And so we really appreciate that. And it's very humbling.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
We also acknowledge you guys.
My favorite moment ever, probably in the fandom, was just I like hanging out in the hotel room after everything's died down, and we watched Zootopia last year, and I was like, this is just my friends that I never get to see at a con, just chilling on Zootopia. I love that.
Yeah. You won't believe this, but I didn't suggest it.
I suggested it.
Hero's like, I gotta watch this with you.
Believe it or not, I love the movie too.
Hey.
Saberspark,
Yes.
this is for you.
Thank you.
Every year, ever since 2013, you've been getting buffer and skinnier every single year.
Not this year.
Okay, but almost every year. What's your workout program, man?
That guy right there is the one that speaks to. He actually gets
I'll be back.
It's funny, I was doing great up until like 2016, and then I moved to a new place, which like my roommates left the kitchen whole shape. I was doing YouTube stuff full time, and it was hard to get to the gym, so I'm like not as good of a shape as I used to be. But Jordan here, Jack's player, he helped me out with a workout routine. Jordan, you say is like what 80% of what you eat, 20% exercising or something like that?
Well, like the way fitness is, it's like a really school. So like you have to work out right, you have to sleep right, and you have to eat properly.
Do you have to eat properly?
So I can't have fried food. So yeah, just I listen to advice about just doing cardio, being consistent, cutting out soda, fried food, eating better, and it takes a little bit. Actually, that workout would probably tear you apart. It's really unhealthy. But still, I think the hardest thing for exercise is just mental discipline. And that pours over into other aspects of life where it's like, okay, I gotta get up and I got to go to the gym, even for an hour. Like, it sucks, waking up, and, I don't want to go to bed, or I don't want to stop doing this, but afterwards, it's a chemical that's released, I believe. Yeah, it makes you feel better, and it helps you, okay, I want to keep this up and go work on a project now, or go make dinner and not have to order pizza or something like that. So, yeah, it's contagious, but it's that first few weeks or a month of building that discipline, and then it's like smooth sailing until you crash your boat into your roommate who leaves the kitchen a mess.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. Kind of related questions. Do you prepare for Rifting as Magic? How long does it take you? And do you think you're going to start running out of bad pony movies to review? And how do you find them?
We found out we've actually found the motherlode of bad pony movies. Bless the 1990s. They had our back. But there was like a surplus of bad pony movies out there. And there's the ones we reviewed, like the review we riffed on, that was from this year. Like that was new. We don't prep for it at all. We just find the movie and say, get on stage and just talk about it.
So I had never seen it, Saber.
We found it, I Google it and go, I watched the trailer, and I'm like, is this worth our time? Oh yeah, this horse is talking, this is worth our time.
Yeah. We did that last year.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, Princess and the Pony.
Heard
That's
that.
the classic when Luigi gets mad and tries to. That guy had such an epic mustache in that movie. And then we skipped it because we didn't have enough time. And also there was a snake biting him, and we're like, what just happened?
Not as bad as the shovel-wielding villain.
What happens in these movies?
Hey!
Saber, it's been pretty well established for a few years now that one of your, if not your absolute least favourite episode is Ne'er Do Well.
Yeah, I know.
What about the rest of you?
Daring Don't. Mainly because I don't like the idea that Daring Don't became a real person. Because I thought it would just be an art author writing a diary.
I actually have the same answer because it really threw me off. I'm like,
yeah, it's what?
Weird. I mean, what they've done with it moving forward has been okay, but just the whole idea of wait, no, so this pony that writes about these adventures is actually a pony. I'm like, what's going on? I don't know. So yeah, I think that one was just a bit jarring.
I don't remember the name of the episode of the season, or episode 3 of this season, the baby episode, but Twilight's the aunt. I actually really don't like that episode that much. But it does have one funny bit where Chili's drawing on the chalkboard.
Oh, yeah.
Or she has something written on the chalkboard and the baby erases it on my lip, and she's like, I guess I'll just rewrite it with my mouth. Man, the Earth Pony struggles are real though. But yeah, I'm not a fan of that episode. I don't know.
How do they build their society? I have no idea. Thank you. By the way, we got about 5 minutes left. So if you have any more questions, do not be shy. Come on up.
Yeah.
Mine is real short for you, ACRacebest. Did your wife ever let you get more of these Copian copies?
Why? Your wife?
She's sure that has not let me do. Sarah, well, I'll put it this way. I have 4 Blu-ray copies, one of which someone gave to me. I don't know if they're here. I think they were coming to Bronycon, but I don't know if they're here. But they gave me an Australian version of it. And I was like, that's awesome.
Wait, now Australian version of Zootopia?
Yeah.
Do they talk like this?
Yeah.
Really?
Exactly. No.
Oh.
They could just be
The newscasters different.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's really, that doesn't make sense.
No, and but it was cool. It's regional.
Yeah.
But it was a steel book, and I have a couple versions because we have a bunch of each one came with like different extras, and I wanted to see all the extras. So I got the Target version.
Yeah, I got the Target version.
And I got the blue box version, and then I'm like, but I need to get the gold version.
Yeah,
and that's when Sarah eventually cut me off. She's like, you don't need this one. I'm like, but I do. I do need that one. Hey, that's what she says. Yeah.
Hey. So, my question is for all of you. What's the stupidest thing you've ever done in a video?
The stupidest thing?
Yeah.
Wyatt Griffin and I shot a teddy bear with an AK-47. It was near a train track, and this train was coming through, and the guys were like driving by slowly, looking down at all the stuffing of the bears all over the place. And we're just holding our guns down at the ground, and we're like, ah!
Well, I used to make music for the most part, but I did, not for the cause. The cause was great, but remember the ice bucket challenge? I did that, and immediately after the ice was poured on me, I was like, that was stupid. That was so stupid. So cold.
Probably wearing a shark costume.
Oh, that was fun. I think one of the most dangerous things I've done is a series I have called My Little Vegas. Where I go around and I interview drunk people or other substance
under the influence.
I don't know like how things are gonna go, but maybe I should be more careful. Anyways, they tend to turn out pretty exciting, so I enjoy doing those. Hopefully I'll be able to do some more. But yeah, I like interviewing drunk people. I believe this is our last question. Of the whole convention.
Oh, Russ. No pressure. So I was at your Who's line, and I noticed a few times you would note out of something. You'd step forward, stop, and go back, and realize, no. Have you ever put any thought into maybe considering having it in the Chaos panel, so you had no restriction?
Well, the only way to make that panel work would be in main events because of the stage setup and just the sheer amount of people we have show up. But there have been conventions that have shown interest in us doing an additional Who's line that's like an 18+, and we have done one at Fiesta Equestria before, back when that convention was still around. And it's really interesting not having, because like part of the charm, I think, of like Who's line, both watching it on TV or like what we do when we're doing it in front of an audience and it's a family-friendly audience, is that we need to, if we want to make a joke that's not family-friendly, you got to make sure it goes over every head.
Yeah.
That, like, you know, and it's kind of like how Disney movies sometimes do it. Like,
Brandon Stimby was that way when it was on Nickelodeon, so we got to be clever to get these jokes in, and not like, I mean, they really pushed me on, but still, there was never anything like them saying a curse word or anything like that. What's that? I don't remember that.
What happened?
Cool. Cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your question. Thank you all for your questions, and thank you for joining us.
We'll be off in the lobby area, like out of the hallway, and some block traffic, like over there. So, guys, thank you for joining us. Have a great Sunday, and hope to see you guys next year.
Yeah.